For as long as I can remember, I wanted a body that I could be proud of. One that would turn hands and one that people would take a double take as they walked by. But years went by and I kept gaining more weight. I hated how I looked, and I could barely respect myself. It's actually at the point where I was making fun of myself because I never let anybody else do it. But then somebody decided to eat bat soup or something and I got locked up in my house. It was then that I had no more excuses to start trying, and I've never skipped a workout since those almost 3 years ago. Bro, I'm not just saying this to toot my own horn. I'm saying this because anybody can do it. Seriously, anybody. You just need to know these 3 things. When I was in school, pre-pandemic, there wasn't enough time. In early pandemic, I couldn't get a gym membership because I would get COVID and the commute would just be too long. And I'd have to buy a bus pass. And then I got overwhelmed when I tried to find the perfect workout routine. Before I started exercising, I looked for every reason not to instead of every reason why I should. I was convinced that there would come a time where I would know exactly what to do and I would be motivated and the stars would just align. But that time just never came. Why? Because there will never be a right time to do something hard. The best thing to do is just start doing anything, literally anything, and you'll figure it out along the way. The way I did this is I just found the first free fitness app that I could find on the App Store, and I just started using it. No questions asked. But consistency, Daniel, consistency. Most often people associate consistency with motivation, but that won't get you anywhere because motivation won't always be there. It really deeply saddens me when I see someone I care about set a goal and be committed to it for the first couple days, and then just randomly stop because they said that they didn't feel like it. Instead of motivation, we can practice discipline, doing the hard work especially when we don't feel like it. The simplest way you can do this with exercise is understanding that no matter how motivated you are right now, you're not always going to feel like that. When I started working out, I told myself that no matter how I felt in any day, no matter how hard it was going to be to get out of bed, I would just do it just by showing up. Showing up is the hardest part, especially when we're trying to build that new habit. But by showing up, we've already won 60% of the battle. And although the other 40% hurts, chances are you won't stop because you've already gotten this far. Okay, by now if you're still struggling to stay consistent, it's because of this. Sometimes when we try to apply something new into our lives, we overestimate how hard it will actually be to integrate it and dedicate ourselves to it. But the easiest and most effective way to start a new habit and stick to it no matter what is to eliminate the friction. Try this when you're figuring out the steps that you need to take in order to complete your goals. Make sure your actionable steps are easier than what you think you actually could do. Instead of doing like 3 hours of workout every single day, maybe opt for 1 hour or even 30 minutes. Remember, you can always add more to what you're already doing, but first you need to know what you can really stick to. Try to make it easy enough that you think you could actually stick to this new habit for the rest of your life every single day. One of the biggest reasons I've been able to stay so consistent is because I just wake up, piss, get water, and then head to my basement and just do exercise on the floor. It takes less than 5 minutes if I'm being slow, and if I'm really rushing, it could even take just 30 seconds. Many people wake up, put on workout clothes, and either take the bus or drive to the gym. That in itself is a valid thing to do, but if you're not used to it, it can actually be really hard to start. Remember that the guy who did 15 push-ups every single day for a year would be much better off than the guy who did 500 push-ups and then just quit after because it wasn't sustainable. Don't overcomplicate things, make it easy, make it sustainable, and don't rely on motivation, and just show up. And that's really it. You got this, man. If you want to get faster results, I recommend you watch this video right here. It's about the simplest and most effective diet that everyone's forgotten about, that's worked for thousands of years, that's worked for me personally, everybody I've recommended it to. With that, I'm gonna leave you. Stay positive, bro, and have a good night, man. Give me a fist bump.